I had gallbladder surgery July 2021. Right now, at the time of this video, it's September 2023. And about a year ago, I made a video talking about my gallbladder experience, the attacks that I had, and what led up to me actually being hospitalized and needing surgery. And that video has done way better than I ever expected it to. I just made a video talking about my experience and I posted it. I didn't even think twice about posting it. I just threw it up there, and somehow it's reached over 5,000 people, and there's been so many comments of people sharing their stories and their experiences and relating to me. And a lot of people even said that I was able to help them because many people, for some reason, don't know about this right here. This is called cholestyramine, and my GI doctor prescribed it to me because I was having bile acid diarrhea. So this one packet, this is what it looks like. You get like a whole box of them. You drink one of these packets. You can drink this like multiple times per day, but typically I do one packet before a meal, about 30 minutes to an hour before a meal. I mix it in orange juice, and it helps me not have diarrhea, because usually without it, after I eat, if I don't run to a toilet within the next 30 seconds, it's gonna be bad. So TMI, this video is gonna be gross. Anytime you talk about gallbladders and gallbladder removal and life after gallbladders, it's gonna be just disgusting. But hopefully this video reaches the right people. But anyways, I wanted to update you guys. I don't want to ramble too much in this, but I wanted to update everybody to know how I'm feeling now over 2 years post-surgery. So in my last video, I talked about how I was still struggling. I was having the bloating. I was having the diarrhea. I got on the cholestyramine. It really helps. That medicine really is a miracle drug. It really is. If you struggle with bile acid diarrhea and you drink one of those packets, most likely, I'm not a doctor, but your diarrhea is going to go away because it binds to the bile, right? Your body can't digest that powder, so it binds to the bile, and then the diarrhea just goes away. But so how have I been? Well, honestly, not that good. Not that good. You know, I could cry thinking about it sometimes. I really could. And I'm going to make myself vulnerable just simply because I know that one person out there can relate to me. Even if one person can relate to me. But, you know, I wouldn't wish GI issues on my worst enemy. I really wouldn't, because it's truly debilitating. It really impacts your quality of life. And there's days where I don't want to leave the house. I really don't. And now, some days I have good days where I have an appetite, I feel good, I feel strong, I feel healthy, and I go out with my kids and I have a great day and a great, you know, everything is awesome. But then there's some days where I don't feel good. I don't, and I have diarrhea and I'm bloated and I belch a lot, right? That's actually, at the time of this video, that's how I've been feeling for the last week or two. I've been belching nonstop. I've had diarrhea, very loose stools, very, very loose bowel movements, and I'm bloated, right? A lot of times I don't have an appetite. So anyways, I went to my GI, which I wasn't going to do. Because look, if you're somebody that has GI issues, then I'm sure you can agree, a lot of times we get the runaround. If it's not Crohn's disease, if it's not colitis, if it's not some sort of IBD that can be seen on a scope, right? I've had the colonoscopy. I've had 2 endoscopies. If it's not an ulcer or if it's not acid reflux, they kind of just give you the runaround. And this is no disrespect to any GI providers out there, because I have the utmost respect. But as the person on the other end, it's kind of like unsettling to not get a clear diagnosis of, like, you know, this is what's going on. This is why it's happening, and this is how we're going to fix it, right? Where in the GI world, it seems like everything's kind of open if you don't have a clear-cut, you know, diagnosis that a provider can see on a scope or on a blood test or a stool test. So I'm used to getting the runaround. I'm used to it. This time around, I wasn't going to contact my GI doctor, but I did because I was really struggling. Just 2 weeks ago, really struggling. Every day, diarrhea, 3, 4, 5 times a day. I'd go, hop on the toilet. I think I'm done. I get up, I go about my day, and then literally 10 minutes later, right back in the bathroom. And that sucks because it makes me not want to go out in public, right? Like, I don't want to go to a restaurant, which I love going out to dinner. It's one of my favorite things to do. I don't want to go out to a restaurant if I know that the second I eat food, I'm going to have to run to a toilet. I need to be in the bathroom. Or I don't want to go on long drives and know that, hey, if my stomach starts bothering me, I got to find a bathroom right away. This is somebody who never used to use public restrooms to go to the bathroom. Never. Actually, I skeeved going to the bathroom in public, right? I would always wait till I got home. And I'm sure a lot of people are like that. Life after gallbladder surgery, I learned how to get used to it. Now, you name it. Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Target, a porta potty, which I'm not proud of, by the way, but I went to a fair over the summer, just a couple of months ago, and my stomach started hurting me, save you the graphics. But let's just say, thank goodness they had a porta potty there because I had no choice. I have no choice. See, that's the thing. People that don't deal with this, they don't get it. Like my wife, she understands now. But I can never tell my friends this. They won't get it. They just won't understand what it's like. When it hits, it hits. It's either one of two things is going to happen. One, you're going to shit your pants. You are. Because your butt muscles aren't going to physically be able to hold that in for that long, right? Period. Two, you go find a toilet, and wherever that toilet may be, that's the toilet for you. So in that case, it had to be a porta potty. But anyway, so the last 2 weeks, and again, I don't want to paint the picture like this is every single day of my life, because there are days that I have good days. There's some days where I have a very strong appetite and I feel normal and I'm good to go and I have dinner, yada, 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 right? I've also been losing weight, by the way. I've lost 20 pounds. I don't know if you can tell. You probably can't by the last video I did. But I did lose weight. I've been doing Weight Watchers. It's been going excellent. Highly recommend to anybody. My wife and I are both doing it. I've been eating a lot cleaner. I hired a nutritionist. I'm eating more vegetables, more lean protein, less BS, right? I have to. I had to make a change. So maybe that helps me sometimes. Anyways, so the last 2 weeks, I've been feeling like crap. Belching 100 times a day. I'm not joking you. I'm not exaggerating. My body is so filled up with air, it never ends. It doesn't end. And I know that there are things that I do that don't help it. For example, one, I love drinking diet soda, Diet Coke. It's my favorite drink in the world. I love it. I love the taste. I love everything about Diet Coke. Carbonated drinks don't go well with bloating and belching. I get it. Number two, and this is, something I know I shouldn't be doing, but I vape. And I'm a former cigarette smoker for 10 years. I've been cigarette free for years now. But I do vape. And I know that the air doesn't help, obviously, But I belch 100 times a day. Only when I'm in this kind of a flare-up, though. When I'm not in a flare-up, I'm not belching. I don't have a bloating. I feel normal. So belching, bloating, my stomach is cramping. I'm like, what is going on? Like, this shit sucks. In the bathroom, 3, 4, 5 times a day, like I told you. So I'm like, I got to call my GI. Call my GI. Luckily, where I live, it doesn't take me long to get an appointment with my doctor, which I'm very fortunate because I have friends that live in other states and sometimes they have to wait a month, 2 months just to see their doctor. I go to my doctor thinking I'm going to get the runaround. I tell him, look, doc, I'm not doing well. I told him everything that's been going on, which I've told him before, right? I've told him in the past. And this time he says, all right, well, let's do a stool test. And you know one thing I did differently this time? One thing I did differently, sorry, my wife is calling, is I took a picture of my stool. Because I had to show my doctor what I see. Because it doesn't look normal. Not at all. So I take a picture, I go to his office, I show him. He orders a stool test. He says, all right, we're gonna check and see what's going on. So he does like a pancreatic enzyme test, right? Digestive enzymes. And I don't know any of this stuff, but cow protein, fat, malabsorption, all these different tests. Apparently your stool can tell you like 1,000 different things. And they give you a kit. It comes in this brown paper bag. It's a take home. You go home, you put the thing in the toilet, and you basically shit in this plastic container. And then you put it into cups. It's very disgusting. It's gross. I hope no one ever has to do this, watching this, but it's not fun. So you put it into these cups and these vials with this solution in it, and then you take it to the lab. So I did that, kept it at room temperature, like it said, followed the instructions. I thought I was gonna mess it up, I really did. Took it to the lab on a Monday. Wednesday came, and I get an email saying that my results are ready. Now, I have a bad experience in the past looking at results early because I freaked myself out. Dr. Google over here read my results a couple of years ago, and I didn't realize that results can be like normal, but they still show up as a flag on your blood work. And unless your doctor speaks to you and explains to you that it's okay, you think that something's seriously wrong with you. That happened to me. It was actually related to my thyroid. I got my thyroid checked years ago, and something came up as a flag. I read it, and I said, holy shit, I have thyroid cancer. Like, this sucks. Like, this is insane. On a Friday, drove myself sick all weekend, only for Monday to come, and the doctor called me and said, the results are fine. Don't worry, that's a fine number. Like, the lab flags it. So this time, when I got these GI results for the stool test, I said, you know what? I'm not looking at the results until the doctor calls me. The doctor updated my notes, and I got another email hours later saying, you know, your provider has updated the notes. So I'm like, okay, well, he read the blood work, and he just, instead of calling me, he typed it out. So I'm like, all right, let me go check. So I checked. Fat malabsorption, normal. Pancreatic enzymes, normal. Which, by the way, apparently if you lack pancreatic enzymes or something like that, it can really affect your digestion and cause you all types of problems, and then you have to take digestive enzymes. Apparently it's not that big of a deal, but normal. Cow protein, which apparently shows inflammation in your colon, normal. And then there's this GI panel, and there's like 100 things on there, like E. coli and this and that and all this different stuff. Tell me how there's one marker that shows positive. And guess what it was? C. diff. My provider said, your stool test shows that you have a C. diff infection. I just sent over vancomycin to the pharmacy. I'm probably saying that wrong. To the pharmacy. Call me if you have any questions. When I tell you my freaking heart dropped to the ground, I instantly started to feel so sick and so nauseous, and I started to panic. I really started to panic because I've heard of C. diff in the past, and I've heard that you could actually die from this type of an infection. So now I'm thinking, is this what has been causing all my problems? Is this why I've had diarrhea and bloating and belching for years? Or for months, I don't know, years, whatever. I'm just freaking out. My heart's racing. I'm starting to panic. So I call my doctor's office frantically. I can't get in touch with him, so I speak to the nurse. She told me that this medicine is the only treatment and I need to go pick it up and I need to start it. Yo, guess what? This medicine is 4 pills. 4 pills a day. 4 pills a day. 40 pills in total. 40 pills over 10 days, right? Now, a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago or 2 months ago, I was on another antibiotic for something unrelated. I had a skin infection. Yo, I can't get a freaking break. Really, I can't. I feel like there's always something wrong with me. Even though I'm healthy, I'm not healthy. Whatever. It's just anybody else like that. Like I always feel like this is like one thing into another. Like I get over this, now I got this. I had a skin infection. Dermatologist put me on an antibiotic so, the infection would go away. Now I got C. diff. I think I'm dying. I go over to CVS. I pick up this medicine. I start taking it. And I didn't feel any side effects or anything, thankfully. I'm still on it. As I'm making this video, I'm still on this medicine. It's fucking 40 pills. Anyways, I call my doctor the next day, or my doctor calls me. I said straight up, I said, Doc, am I gonna die from this? That's where my mind was, really. Because if you Google this shit, C. diff, you will scare yourself fucking crazy, man. And he said, no. He said, no, not at all. He said, look, in some people, it could be really bad. But in most people, it's mild and it's more of a nuisance. And you're going to take this medicine and you should start to feel better. That made me really feel a lot better. It really did. I love my doctor. He's great. That made me really feel a lot better. I'm actually seeing him tomorrow. So, why am I making this? What's the whole punchline here? Currently, I'm dealing with a C. diff infection that was found in my stool. It's called C. diff A/B, AB toxin or something. I guess if you have this, apparently if you take antibiotics kill your good gut bacteria in addition to the bad bacteria that you're taking it for. Killing the good bacteria in your system, in your gut, allows the bad bacteria, C. diff, to flourish. And that creates a problem. That's my understanding. I could be totally off on that, but that's my understanding. It is contagious if you touch something and then a healthy person touches it and wipes their mouth or something like that. It's contagious. So, been careful. It's not airborne, though, I believe. And apparently, like, bleach is the only thing that kills it. Anyhow. But I don't feel sick. This is the craziest thing. I don't feel sick. I don't feel sick at all. Like if you told me I had this infection, I would call you nuts. Other than diarrhea, bloating. But I've been dealing with that for so long that it's almost just like it's normal for me. It's normal for me to belch 100 times in a day. It's normal for me to feel bloated. It's normal for me to have diarrhea. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I've had C. diff for a little longer than I've expected, and maybe it's not bile acid diarrhea. Maybe it's not because of my gallbladder. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Why some days do I feel great? Why some days do I have flare-ups? I've cut out foods. I don't eat red meat anymore because I found that eating red meat really puts my system into whack and makes me feel bad. So I eat lean turkey and lean chicken, and I eat a lot of vegetarian meals because red meat is just harsh on my system. So I avoid it. I don't eat a lot of junk food. I don't eat fried food. I don't eat any of that. So what the hell is causing this? Why do I feel like crap so often? Why am I belching so much? Why am I bloated? I'm losing weight, but I feel like I'm 1,000 pounds because of the bloat. Why do I have diarrhea frequently? Is it C. diff? Is it because of bile acid diarrhea? Because here's the thing. When I take this, I don't have diarrhea. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just venting. So I'm seeing my doctor tomorrow. But yo, listen, if you deal with this, the whole point of this video, I guess, is because if you deal with this, you're not alone. You're really not alone. And it may be a taboo to talk about stuff like this. You know, it's gross, it's disgusting, whatever. Listen, everybody goes to the bathroom. And more people have GI issues than they would ever admit to you. So you're not alone. Now, this isn't something that I advertise. Obviously, but it's a part of life. Sometimes, unfortunately, it happens, and you're not alone. Watch my first video. If somehow you found this one, watch my gallbladder story. So I'll keep y'all updated, but I want to thank you so much for all the subscribers, all the views on my first video, the gallbladder one. I started this channel to talk about real estate and run a podcast and business stuff, but somehow this is turning into a GI problem channel, and I love it. I'm with it. I like to hear from you, and drop me a comment below. Let me know if you're someone that can relate to me, if you're dealing with issues, if you have your gallbladder taken out, and life has been a struggle for you, or I don't know. Let me know. I love to interact with you. Thank you so much for checking this out. Been going over 20 minutes now. I'm a rambler, y'all. I'm a rambler. I'm telling you right now, I'm a rambler. I talk in circles, and I'm not even editing this. I'm gonna just put it out, just raw, So hey, I'll be back. Hopefully, I'll have a great update. I'll look a little slimmer, and these GI issues will be under control. All right. Thanks for watching.